I'm several hours late this morning as I just came off a father-son rite of passage trip with 21 of us all together. And one of the activities was a game of capture the flag in the dark in a national park. Fathers versus sons. Now, one of the matches that the sons won was done with a very neat strategy of just overwhelming the dads in sheer numbers in one concentrated area. And it worked. The dad's inability to respond to all these sudden threats concentrated in one area led to almost a state of paralysis and then just accepting defeat. And in a way, that's exactly what an 18-year-old did when he MFA spammed multi-factor authentication tokens over and over and over again to an administrator who finally said, fine. And an account at Uber with administrative rights was compromised. And this is just a reminder that security lapses come in all shapes and sizes. The U.S. customs officials have copied phone data at massive scale. Contacts, call logs, messages, pictures, up to 10,000 travelers' phones are saved to a government database each year. And here's a tip. They cannot copy what you don't have. It takes a bit of pre- and post-border crossing work, but for some of us, that is worth it. Wipe it before you cross. And this story has a vindictive couple deleting hotel chain data just for fun. Now, this highlights the vindictive side of hackers that we thought was behind us, because we usually think of financial motivation dominating the scene. But as we can see, that's not always the case. At a company U-Haul that we all know, a breach leaked driver's licenses and identification copies of customers. Hackers were inside this network for 5 months. Solarigate, you might recall, lasted longer than that. This is just a reminder that responding to threats isn't enough. Being truly proactive is an absolute necessity to get ahead of threats. Now, this is a story for nerds everywhere. Trojanized versions of PuTTY utility are being used to spread a backdoor. And most importantly, the lesson from this, if you're using PuTTY for SSH, you don't need to. SSH clients are built as part of Windows PowerShell for a long time. And did you know our industry is slowly becoming a little less intimidating thanks to people like Katie? And we're grateful for her incredible skill set to communicate complex topics in a very digestible form. See you again next week.